weekend, University Hall was rededicated as Gordon Hall.
There's going to be more pain at the pump when it's time to fill up. Gas prices are on the rise.
We'll also be looking at high fashion and winning action at last night's 71st Annual Emmy Awards show. Welcome to OC News. I'm Paige Farley.
And I'm Carson Montano. Thank you guys for joining us.
OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
Cal State Fullerton dedicated a new building on campus. Well, actually the building isn't new, but the name is. Gordon Hall was renamed in honor of the longest serving president of CSUF. Wondering which building was renamed? Let's go to Danielle Aboud, who has all details. Danielle?
Hey there, Titans. There has been a big name change on campus, so don't get confused if you can't find University Hall. As of last Friday, it has been renamed to Gordon Hall in honor of our former president's legacy. Let's take a closer look at Milton Gordon.
Cal State Fullerton's fourth president, starting in August of 1990. During his first year as president, 60% of the campus was Caucasian. Upon his retirement in 2012, that percentage has reversed, with more colored students making out more than half the enrollment. The faculty and current president took part in the formal dedication ceremony. Dr. Gordon's wife, Margaret Farewell Gordon, shared a few words.
Everyone, I want to thank the CSU. I want to thank the campus for this honor. I'm sure right now he is smiling.
And the new official name for University Hall is now Gordon Hall.
For over 20 years, he has served us as president and has been a role model to many. Now, standing underneath this building has created more historic memories. I'm Danielle Aboud reporting live for OC News. Back to you guys.
This past week, the community came together for a common cause. Our reporter, Vanio Patino, has more on the case.
This morning, climate activists physically blocked the streets of D.C. to bring focus to the climate crisis. This hashtag Shutdown DC movement comes as the topic takes center stage at today's United Nations General Assembly. Swedish teenager and climate activist Greta Thunberg spoke to world leaders just 2 days after her student-led global climate rallies had people all over the world protesting for stricter environmental laws. This comes a month after the burning of the Amazon created an international outcry for climate action as images of the thick black smoke consuming the world's lungs flooded social media. A recent study by the Amazon Environmental Research Institute shows the fires can be attributed to illegal deforestation. And for many, traveling is a dream come true. But for these 150,000 customers stuck abroad, their trip had turned into more of a nightmare. The British airline Thomas Cook had officially drowned in its $2.1 billion debt. The company announced last Monday it would mobilize aircrafts to bring those customers currently abroad back home, saying there will be delays, but they will get it done. And amid a racism scandal, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced this weekend a pledge for the government to ban assault rifles in Canada if his Liberal Party wins the national election this October. In his speech, Trudeau said, quote, "Thoughts and prayers are just not going to cut it," end quote. That's all I have for you. Back to you guys.
Do you remember last week there was an incident involving high school students at San Clemente High School? We have an investigation update. The investigation confirms students were subjected to racial taunts and verbal abuse during a high school football game. Taunts were made by students and parents directed toward the cheerleaders, calling the girls dogs and yelling at them that they belong on leashes. San Clemente principal Chris Carter sent a letter on September 20th apologizing to both school communities. The letter did not express if any students would be disciplined, but did explain that students from both schools involved will participate in a workshop created by the Anti-Defamation League. Officials at both schools are asking for footage with any detail to identify individuals who were involved.
The price of gas increased a total of 10 cents nationwide in 1 week. The increase occurred after the attack on the Saudi Arabian oil facilities. Fortunately, the recent cost increase leaves gas prices more cheaper than the prices from last year. According to AAA, California still has the highest gas prices in the nation, averaging at $3.74 a gallon, and we're also credited with the largest rise in prices along the West Coast. However, we are amongst the top gas price increases is Kentucky, with a 19-cent increase takes the cake for the highest increase rate, with Michigan trailing not too far behind with an 18-cent increase. Breaking news in Inglewood, a tanker truck catches fire on 405 freeway near LAX. The fire caused 3 northbound lanes to close. No injuries are reported. Still no update on what lanes will be reopened.
The woman who was sexually assaulted by Brock Turner at Stanford University in 2015 has spoken out for the first time since revealing her identity earlier this month. Chanel Miller has been known to the public as the anonymous Emily Doe, but is now releasing a memoir, Know My Name, sharing her untold story in hopes of reclaiming her identity. In her first interview with CBS News 60 Minutes, which aired Sunday, Miller said it was much easier to just repress everything in order to cope with what happened to her. She revealed she had been left in the dark about her assault for days until she read about it in an online news story. Miller was found behind a dumpster by 2 students. She was unconscious and half naked. Turner had attempted to flee the scene, but was pinned down until police arrived. He was initially sentenced to serve 6 months in jail for his conviction of felony sexual assault in 2016, but was released after serving just 3 months. She released an impact statement earlier this month, which received millions of responses from survivors who also shared their experiences. Miller said the topic of her book is not one she would have chosen, but it was one that she was given. She hopes to share her story, as she knows it, unfiltered by the media. Her memoir will be released tomorrow, September 24th.
And now we will go to Gunnar to let us in on a whistleblower regarding President Trump. Gunnar?
Thanks, guys. Senator Democratic leader Chuck Schumer is initiating a call to action of the House and Senate into the whistleblower complaints made against President Trump last week. This scandal is the latest efforts in a push for the impeachment of President Trump. The whistleblower says that Trump pressured the Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky to investigate 2020 presidential candidate Joe Biden and his son with allegations of corruption within a foreign gas company. All theories of corruption against the Bidens have been debunked by the Ukrainian government and various U.S. news outlets. Without the transcripts of the president's phone call with Ukrainian leader Zelensky, no definitive argument can be made of whether President Trump directly withheld aid to Ukraine's request for assistance. Trump is set to meet with Ukrainian leader Wednesday.
Coming up, it's time for pumpkins, turkey, and shorter days. Yep, that means it's fall, but the weather still feels like summer. We'll have a complete look at your weather forecast.
And later, OC News takes a look at Emmy winners and the fashion. Also, we got a special invite us inside a post-Emmy party. Stay with us.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family, the first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
We love sitting back and watching Game of Thrones. And so did everyone apparently, because they won big last night at the 71st Annual Emmy Awards. Our entertainment reporter, Bianca Valenzuela, has the latest Emmy Awards coverage.
The 71st Annual Primetime Emmy Awards happened last night. From classic shows to newcomers, all were celebrated at the Microsoft Theater. CNN reporter David Daniels has a scoop of all the big winners.
I find writing really, really hard and really painful.
Nevertheless, Fleabag creator and star Phoebe Waller-Bridge won her first Emmy for writing, then another for lead actress in a comedy series.
I find acting really hard and really painful.
And then returned to the stage when Fleabag won Outstanding Comedy Series.
But this is just getting ridiculous.
First-time winners in the drama category included Ozark's Julia Garner for supporting actress and Jason Bateman for directing, Jodie Comer, lead actress for Killing Eve, and Billy Porter, lead actor for Pose.
We as artists are the people that get to change the molecular structure of the hearts and minds of the people who live on this planet.
In the limited series or movie category, Michelle Williams won her first Emmy, lead actress for Fosse Verdon, and Jarrell Jerome received a standing ovation as he accepted the lead actor trophy for When They See Us.
This is for the men that we know as the Exonerated Five.
Standing ovations also went to two shows that said goodbye, Game of Thrones and Veep.
I was told I would be up here alone.
No Emmys for Veep Sunday night, but Game of Thrones won a pair. Peter Dinklage won his fourth supporting actor trophy.
We literally walked through fire and ice for you, literally. And I would do it all again in a heartbeat.
And for the fourth and final time, the show was named Outstanding Drama Series.
I can't believe we finished it. I can't believe we did it. We did it all together, and it's over.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Emmys, Emmys, Emmys. Hollywood has turned Fashion Week into Fashion Night. Check out the latest trends that rocked the purple carpet at last night's award show. The red carpet turned into a purple carpet to symbolize royalty, maybe? TV royalty, that is. Laverne Cox looked absolutely stunning when she showed up in a black and pink fairy tale tulle dress. She made sure to leave an impression by rocking a rainbow-colored clutch that read Title VIII Supreme Court, in reference to an upcoming case ultimately deciding whether current federal employment laws on general discrimination will also apply to transgender people. Zendaya served poison ivy realness as she walked down the carpet in a beautiful emerald green Vera Wang gown, maybe hinting at a possible new role? We can only wish. Actor Billy Porter, winner for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series, brings drama to the runway. With his outfit, of course, the lead actor for hit series Pose wore a Michael Kors disco-inspired outfit. And that's all we have for fashion, but we're not done just yet. After watching the Emmys my whole life, I was so excited to go to the Emmys after party in Hollywood. I can't wait to show you guys how much fun I had covering the red carpet. I'm at the Emmy Awards after party here in Hollywood, catching up with everyone on the red carpet. Let's check out what's going on. Hundreds of people lined up outside Hyde Sunset in Hollywood to continue the Emmy Awards celebration. Take a look inside to see how these starlets partied it up. Let's go back to the red carpet to catch up with everyone's favorite moments from tonight's ceremony.
I gotta go with When They See Us. Jarrell Jerome, I mean, it was very difficult for me to sit through it, especially understanding it's a true story and these things really happen to people, but he did such a phenomenal job, so it was great to see him rewarded. The energy of that makes you feel like you're really in the right place, and it makes you feel so good. Walking away from that made me feel like I can dream bigger.
Particularly with the Emmys, my favorite thing is how far we've come in television. I know this is said a lot, but we really have. Like, TV is of such a high quality, so the Emmys are so much more exciting because they're recognizing just the best talent out there.
We also caught up with Kareem James, who was nominated for his first Emmy.
I got the call, and it was just like, okay, what did you just say? I don't know what to do. So yeah, it's an incredible feeling. You have no idea that it's coming. There's like a possibility that your life might change on a higher plane, and regardless, at the end of the day, it's an honor to be nominated regardless. But you really think like, oh my God, if I win, what am I gonna say?
There were even those who didn't tune into the Emmys, but were here to join in on the fun.
I didn't watch it, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, turn up though. We're gonna, hey, whoever won an Emmy, congratulations, and I'm very proud of you, and I hope everybody else is proud of you. And yeah, we're just here to have a good time and celebrate life, and any day above ground is a great one in my opinion.
And that was the Emmy Awards after party. This is Bianca Valenzuela for OC News.
September is coming to an end, and fall is finally here, but we're not experiencing that chilly weather quite yet. Here's Tanya with this week's forecast.
Hey guys, so happy first day of fall. It is the first day of fall, but let's take a look to see if the temperatures are reflecting that. Today our temperature is at 81 degrees and the lowest should be 63 degrees. We have 12 miles per hour winds with 51% humidity. Don't forget to catch that sunset at 6:45 p.m. Sunrise was at 6:40 a.m. for those early risers. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. On Thursday, we are expected to have 78 degrees with our high, 65 degrees with our low. Friday and Saturday, we're expected to have some light late night showers with a high of 77 degrees and a low of 64 on Friday. Saturday, a high of 73 with a low of 58. And for Sunday, a high of 72 with a low of 55. And for that bright Monday, 73 degrees with a low of 54. For our national weather, we can see that the coldest weather is over by the Rockies with very high temperatures over in the south. And everything seems to be pretty consistent with temperatures consistently over the 60 degrees. Over by our coast, we can see that we're averaging around the 70s. So hopefully we can start to see some cooler temperatures for this fall. Thank you guys. Back to the studio.
After the break, an inside look at the Las Vegas Fitness Expo.
And later, find out what people are looking forward to this fall.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Don't ignore the subtext. It's on us to intervene in sexual assault. Because we can. Take the pledge at itsonus.org.
High impact, low impact, props, and special fitness toys. It was all part of the annual fitness event, and our own Tanya Thorne was there to give us a full report.
Hey guys, we're here at the 2019 Mr. Olympia Fitness Expo in the city of Las Vegas, where we're going to talk to some of the winners of this year's competition, check out all the activities that are going on, and see what this weekend is all about. So come on and let's go check it out. The 2019 Olympia Fitness and Performance Weekend, held at the Las Vegas Convention Center, has grown into a weekend-long fitness extravaganza with fitness competitions and a showcase of the latest fitness products. What started out as a simple bodybuilding contest has now grown into the most heavily promoted fitness event of all time.
Well, it's my first time I compete in Olympia, but I'm world champion WPC many times. I did USAPL, I'm Arnold the Classic champion 2 times.
Max Bassam won first place in the 500-pound powerlifting competition and is the first competitor from Egypt. But training for this competition is also a commitment and takes place months before the Las Vegas competition.
It's maximum 70%, and then we start again really heavy weights like March. We start really consistent with this program.
Now in its 55 years running, the Mr. Olympia Fitness Expo features the top fitness products, free merchandise, competitions, and grand prizes that the public goes crazy for.
It's no joke out here. Positive vibes all day. The energy, the people, man, it's crazy. You guys got to come next year if you didn't come this year, but it's hype, man. The energy people have and the things they're telling us in the stories, dude, it's no joke. It's motivating. So, hey, if you haven't come, you got to come next year.
Tanya Thorne, OC News.
News on the Angels and football season is gearing up. We toss it to Vincent Garcia to find out what's going on in local sports.
Thank you, Carson. A lot of action going on in local sports yesterday. The Major League Baseball regular season is winding down, and the NFL season is just heating up. First, we'll start off with the Angels, who faced the Astros in Houston Sunday afternoon. The Halos got off to a bad start as Astros center fielder George Springer hit a solo home run on the first pitch of the game. In the bottom of the second, Michael Hermosillo drills this ball in the gap and tied the game up, letting the hair flow wild and free with an RBI triple to make the score 1-1. However, that quickly changed as George Springer hit his second home run of the game in the bottom of the second. And if that wasn't enough, Springer hit his third dinger of the game in the bottom of the fourth to make the score 4-2. Houston would add 9 more runs, and the Angels would go on to lose by the final of 13-5. The Astros also won their 3rd straight American League Western Division title. The Dodgers played their final regular season game at Dodger Stadium against the Colorado Rockies. In the bottom of the 5th, down 1-0, Dodger pitcher Hyun-Jin Ryu helps himself out by hitting this game-tying home run to right center field and made the score 1-1. Later in the inning, Cody Bellinger crushes this fastball to right field for a grand slam to break the tie and make the score 5-1. The Rockies did add 2 more runs to make the score to 6-3, but the man they call Fresh Prince, Will Smith, takes one for a ride to make the score 7-3 and seal the victory for the boys in blue. Both the Angels and the Dodgers are going into the final week of the regular season. From the diamond to the gridiron, Week 3 of the NFL season in Los Angeles was exciting and devastating at the same time. The Chargers faced the Houston Texans at home yesterday afternoon. Near the end of the second quarter, with Los Angeles up 10-7, Phillip Rivers finds Keenan Allen for this catch and score to add to their lead going into the half at 17-7. The lead didn't last long as Deshaun Watson finds his tight end Jordan Akins, and the Texans would go ahead 21-17. Fast forward to the fourth quarter, with 18 seconds left in the game and the Chargers down 27-20, Rivers overthrows his receiver and doesn't convert on 4th and 14. The Chargers fall to 1-2 on the season. The Rams traveled to Ohio to take on the Cleveland Browns in a highly anticipated Sunday showdown. After a rocky start, down 6-3, Jared Goff finds his favorite target, Cooper Kupp, for the score to take a 10-6 lead. The Browns would regain the lead, but the Rams answered back as Goff finds Kupp again for the score with 12:48 left to play. Kupp's second touchdown catch made the score 16-13. The game came down to one last play with 33 seconds left as Baker Mayfield tries to find Damian Ratley in the end zone but fails to make the catch. The Rams would go on to win 20-13 and start the season 3-0 for the second year in a row.
It sure doesn't feel like it, but today is the first day of fall. Students on campus have mixed feelings about the changing seasons.
Oh, my favorite part about fall is Halloween, for sure.
I don't like Halloween very much.
I think it's fun. I always dress up for it. Like, I always have this costume prepared and everything.
No, I'm not. I never dress up for Halloween.
I usually go as a Day of the Dead skeleton. It's really cool. I put it together myself, and I wear like my grandpa's old poncho and like this skeleton mask. It's really cool.
I think I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving because it means football and lots of turkey and pie.
Whether you're looking forward to enjoying turkey pie or Halloween candy, we're glad you joined us today at OC News. Look for us live at 5 every Monday and Wednesday.
And look for this and past shows on YouTube at OC News CSUF.
And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at OC News CSUF. I'm Carson Montano.
And I'm Paige Farley. See you next time.